Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be going over kind of a crash course of Discord, and I'm going to do this in a few parts, and then I'll probably put this all together in one big video at the end. But today we're going to get started with part 1, which is going to be setting up a new Discord server. We're actually going to set up a new account and then do a brand new server, so that way we are just completely fresh. So I have downloaded the web app to Discord. So if you haven't already done that, go ahead and do that. You could also do this in your Chrome browser, but personally, I really like the Discord web app. So let's go ahead and go to register here. All right, and then we can put in our email. This is my work email. And let's say, I'm going to say Reynolds Rep is going to be my display name. And you know what? I'll have that be my username as well. Reynolds Rep 28 maybe? There we go. All right, and now we got to put in a password. All right, let's go ahead and enter in birthday. This is not my actual birthday, so I am just going to put in whatever is there. Let's go ahead and continue. Make sure that you are a human. Create an account. All right, now we need to click the parrot here. All right, next, click the parrot. There we go. All right, and we have created our very own Discord account. So now let's go ahead and get jumping into the server. So over here, you can see this little exclamation mark. I'm just going to click the plus that's right underneath it. That is how you go over and create your own server. I'm going to do that. You could do it from a template if you would like to, just based upon whatever templates they already have. We'll go over templates in a different video or later on in this video. So let's go ahead and just create our own. All right, and we can choose for my friends and my family or for a club or community. I'm just going to start off with for me and my friends, and we'll go over creating a public server later on. Now we can customize the server, upload a photo here. We can also do that later. I'm just going to say it's just the Reynolds Wrap server. All right, go ahead and click create. Okay, so it's giving us a couple of things. This one is going to be a private server thus far, and I am the admin of this server. So private means that you have to invite people to come into the server, and it's not something that people can just join. And with that, it also means that there are some features that are not available to you. Certain types of channels, which are the different ways of communicating with people, are not available. So in a private server, you have text channels and voice channels. That's it. And then in public servers, you have an additional 3 types of channels, which are going to be stage, announcement, and forum, which give you a couple more options of things to add. So if we were just to go ahead and go in and say, hey, we're going to go for a hello message or just a hi, we could do that. And there we go, just quickly sending a message to this one general channel. Let's go ahead and go into a little bit of customizing the server. What we can do is we can go in and add that icon photo now. So I'm going to go into server settings. And now if we want to upload an image, we can do that right here, or change the icon. And then it'll go to your downloads. Let's go ahead and say Discord image logo. There we go. And now I changed the logo just to the Discord icon. I happen to have that in my downloads for making thumbnails. You can also change the server name here. You can choose an inactive channel. I don't have an inactive channel. So this will automatically move members if they haven't been active in a certain channel, like in a voice channel, they'll move them to a different one to say that, hey, they are inactive. I typically don't like doing that in case you have some people who are just listening into the conversation or whatnot, and whatever purpose this serves for you. All right, let's go ahead and scroll down and see some more. You can change your default notification settings to either all messages or only app mentions. Now, depending on the server that you're in, you may want to only have app mentions if it's a very, very busy server. Personally, in just like my group of friends server that I have, we have all messages, but they don't go out automatically, which is a little bit frustrating. I might get them like 2-3 hours later. However, if I do get app mentions, those come through automatically. So It's a little bit funky. All messages will come through, but it may come through at a different time of the day. @mentions typically go through all the time. Server boost. You can have people boost the server to unlock certain features. I think that is it as far as these go. I'm going to save these changes here just to make sure. I know that part's been bugging me. I'm going to exit out. Okay. So for this server, I am the admin of the server. Now, there are different roles that you can add to the server for people who are coming into the server who may communicate with other people in the server. You might have other people that you want to be admins. You might have other people that you might want to be moderators, and then just your general population of people, or maybe there are small group. Let's take this as like your gaming group server. This is the main thing that I use Discord for. And so when I have someone who is coming in to the server, I don't necessarily want them to have admin permissions right away. Maybe I just want for them to have just the basic permissions. So I am going to go up here to server settings again, and then we can go to roles, and you can either change the default permissions here. So they can create expressions, they can view channels, create invites, change their nicknames, all of these different things. And depending on who you have and who you want, you may want to disable these and disable certain permissions. And we can go through those in another video, in another kind of crash course. But I'm going to create a role here, have this not be for the everyone role. I'm going to have this be maybe like, let's say, assistant mod. So someone who can come in and they can make a couple changes to the server in case that I'm not there. So it'll display their role as assistant mod. You can change up their colors of what you want those to be. You can choose an image, and you can display them separately from online members. Allow anyone to mention this role. So let's say if you have a group of people who are your assistant moderators, then you could have the @assistant mods @mentioned. So then you can call them by name, or you could call them and say, hey, we would really appreciate this feature or a little moderation on this point. I'm going to click save just so that I don't lose any of this. Now we can go over here to permissions. Now with this, I am going to allow them to view channels, boop, and manage a couple of things. This will be in addition to the everyone. I'm going to allow them to do that. Okay, manage messages, and just kind of manage the rest of these. I can also allow them to be admins if I would like that. Now I'm going to click save. And now, because we've already just created this role, I don't have any members in here. But if you wanted to go ahead and assign the assistant mod, you could do that there. One last trick I want to show you is that you can view the server as that role. So when you are assigning these different permissions, you can go in and you can see those changes that you're making. So if I were to go here, I could see what they would be able to see. Now, if I were to change this, let's go ahead and see if we're looking at this as both the assistant mod, and now we're just seeing everyone. There are a couple of things that the assistant mods that are available to that role that are not available to the everyone role. So you can see here, personalizing the server is unavailable because I have that admin permission given to them. So now I'm going to go back to role settings. That is just kind of a quick overview of roles. Let's go ahead and go into creating all the different server things that we want to do. So there are different things that you can add to your server. You can add these things called categories. So here we have 2 categories. These are text channels and voice channels. Let's say we wanted to add another 3rd category for a specific game or for a specific role. We could do that. So then any of the channels, be it text or voice or any of the public server channels, you could have those in that category to not only separate, but also to change up those permissions there. So let's go ahead. I'm going to come back up here to that little caret and then create the category. I'm going to have this be for mods. That's a pretty common one, so only moderators can see that. And I'm going to make it a private category. And so you can select that only certain people or certain roles can have access to this category, whereas the general people in the rest of the server won't. So I'm going to click next here. All right, and then I am going to have this be for the assistant mod. Doesn't quite see that we can add that role yet. So I am just going to have this be there for mods. Okay, and that's just kind of your basic category. We can go ahead and create some channels down here. We can have the text channels, which is where you would send different messages that are typed out. You can send emojis, GIFs, what have you in that channel. So I'm going to have this be mods chat, not mods cat, mods chat, and then have this again be private, just so that it's another layer of protection there. I'm going to click skip, and then I can add them there. It looks like we have that assistant mod role already there. Awesome. So in this chat, in a text chat, yeah, you can send links, you can send different things, you can send GIFs if you want to. So those are just some of the recommended ones that they have. You can send different stickers. It's very similar to like a Slack channel, pretty much. So now while we're still on this text channel, let's go over a newer feature that has been added as of when I'm recording this video in 2024, which is going to be polls. Polls are really cool. You can ask a question and then you can give different types of answers, allow answers. So for this poll, let's say, should we add more mods? Yes. No. In a few months. So you can add up to a couple different answers to then have your members in this server and in this private channel, this private text channel, be able to answer with a yes or no. Personally, I'm really excited about this feature just because there hasn't been something like this yet. So you can set the duration here depending on how often your people are logging into Discord. You can allow multiple answers, but I'm just going to click post here. And there we go. We have added that. Next one is going to be creating a thread. So let's go back into this general one. Let's go ahead and create a thread. So let's go to this plus icon here and have that little thread icon as well. Now let's have this be introductions. So this could be a private thread. So only people who you invite and moderators can see it. I'm just going to leave this as a public thread so anyone in the server can see this. And if they can respond via their permissions, then they can respond. Introduce yourself using, let's say, not using yourself with your favorite game and role to play in that game. All right, now we have sent that. So threads allow you to have a sub conversation that are maybe not necessarily related to that conversation, but it also makes it so then you're not sending like a bunch of messages in one channel. So where you can keep things concise to be able to go back on later or maybe catch up on later without it taking up this whole screen. So let's say if this was like a larger server with maybe 100 people in it, then you could keep all of those messages, all of those responses in that one thread. So then maybe you might have a couple different conversations going on. So those are threading. Now, if we wanted to pin a message, that's a different case. So a message being pinned, you might want to pin it so then you can have everyone see this whenever they go into that channel. Let's go ahead and write a message to say, please be kind and considerate to everyone in the server. Thanks. All right, now I want to make sure that this gets pinned. So let's go ahead and pin this message. All right. Great. And now you can see that here it has been pinned. You can see all pinned messages up here. So then everyone can see that. All right. Now let's go into the next type of channel that is available on a private server, which is going to be a voice channel. So voice channels are where you can go in and you can chat with other people. Personally, I use this one a lot, especially when I am gaming, to chat with other people and to help my team in my team-based games. So let's go ahead and go into this voice channel here. I am going to create that one on the mods category. So again, I'm going to have this be private for just an extra layer. And I'm going to have this be mods voice chat. Mods voice chat. Great. And going to click next and skip. All right. One thing I do want to note here is that you can tell the difference between a private channel and a public channel by the icon that's next to it. So you can see up here, this general channel is going to just have the pound sign or hashtag if you are younger. And then the voice channel is going to have the speaker. It will have a locked icon if it is a private one. So let's go ahead and jump into this voice channel here. Currently, I am muted because Discord was having a little trouble saying, hey, you might want to use this. Hey, you might want to use this. And this is exactly what I mean. There is a new audio device detected, and I do not want to switch. All right, let's go ahead and show you some of these features. Down here is going to be the microphone. You can turn it on and you can talk, and whenever you're talking, your voice will light up. You can see if I stop talking, it will not be white. There you go. That is what that is. And then you can also deafen. So deafening means that you can't hear what's going on. So you have muted, you have deafened. There are a couple different reasons why you'd want to be deafened. Maybe you'd want to indicate that you are gone from your server. You're not there, but you are kind of there, like you'll be right back kind of thing. Other people, it's like they're actively playing a game, but they're like on the phone with their mom or something. And so they don't want to hear what's going on while they're having this other conversation, but they are still there. Those are kind of the use cases, and you can kind of sketch that out, or you can kind of understand when you would want to use that. Now, other things that you can do are you can stream, you can do like turning on your camera, and you can do other types of things. This little camera icon will turn on whatever camera you have. This share your screen. Let's go ahead and go, and you can share your screen. Let's see, I could do that. Now these are different features that you can use in Nitro. So the base is just going to be 720 for a resolution, and the frame rate is going to be 30. You can get Nitro and you can increase those and boost different servers or what have you. I am going to go live here, and now it's just going to do a copy of my screen. There are different inputs that you can do. So if you're playing a game, you could just stream that game. You could just show your screen in general. You could show like a web browser, whatever you want to show. Feel free to play around with those settings. I am going to stop streaming here. And a lot of games, when you hop into those games, they will show that icon down here, like what it was when I was streaming, but it'll be, hey, do you want to start streaming this game? Or do you want to start streaming this game? Whichever one that you are currently playing. Okay, so other ones are going to be noise suppression. I find this to be really, really great for when you are in a channel with a lot of people. It also helps them out. So like if you have a lot of background noise, like a fan going, this can help to get that down. So you can test out your mic here. So this is without noise suppression. And then if I turn on noise suppression, then it sounds a little bit better. It's a little bit funky. I don't know how this is going to pick up on the recording, but for me, I'm hearing my own voice again as I'm talking like 2 seconds later. So I am going to stop, but you can understand how that would work and how that would know, or how that would go with noise suppression. Another thing is soundboards. Soundboards are really, really interesting. It is another newer feature that I really like. You can project a sound into that voice chat. So the basic ones are going to be like a quack, air horn, cricket, golf clap, sad horn, a tiss. You could also add certain sounds if you want to, but you would have to upload those with a file. You can have a sound name, a related emoji, and then the volume. And that's how you do that. You would go ahead and go there, and then it would be, let me get out of here. And then it would be available here on the soundboard, likely down here, or it would be up here in the server, just wherever Discord decides to put it. Some common ones that I've seen are different memes that are commonly found just in general, like the stop, get some help. kind. Or maybe one of my favorite band is AJR. You could have Can We Skip to the Good Part as a Discord sound. That would actually be pretty funny. Maybe I'll go do that in my friend's server tonight. A couple of different ways to get to uploading that sound. You can click here, of course, and then it eventually just took us over to the settings. I don't think it's in the personal settings, but I do think it's up here in the server settings. So let's go ahead and go up here, go to server settings, and then soundboard, upload sound, and it will go to the same thing. So I am going to click out. Another thing is that you can do activity status. Now, what I have seen from other people who have commented on my videos is that this is not available for every server, which is kind of confusing. Maybe you need to update your server or kind of wait a couple weeks and see what's going on, or contact Discord about it, because I just created the server. I haven't even verified my email at all, and I already have it available. So you can choose your activity here. So chilling, gaming, in the zone, gone, BRB, watching stuff, wandering, or eating, or no status at all are all available. Oftentimes, though, when I am playing a game and it is a registered game within Discord, which we will go over as well another time in another video, it will show that icon. So a game I play pretty frequently is Stardew Valley, and it has like this chicken icon whenever I'm playing that game next to me and I'm in a voice chat, which is pretty fun. Or Heroes of the Storm, it has like the Nexus symbol next to it when I am playing that game. You can also have a custom activity as well, which is going to be pretty similar to how that soundboard was, but without having to upload the sound. So it's like an emoji, and then what you're actually doing and having the text that's available there. So if I'm like memeing or whatever, I could have the laughing emoji, and that could be that. And then it would automatically give me that custom status whenever I had made that. Now, you do have to change it if you would like. So let's say, let's find a laptop. We could have it be work mode. All right, let's go ahead and click confirm here. Oh, okay, and it didn't automatically get rid of that meme watching. It will give you both options that you can go back and forth. The gone, the ghost emoji, that one might be useful if you were actually gone, and then that would get rid of like a scenario for deafening, or maybe you do want to deafen anyways when you're gone, just to give that extra little whatever. Let's actually leave the voice chat, because I've had a couple people that I've known that have had trouble. I'm going to click disconnect here, and then let's say we want to have an event for our server. This is just like pretty much any event that you can invite people to. You can invite different roles to. So we could go ahead and create an event here. You can have this be IRL, which would be somewhere else. Like if you have a Discord server for your library, you could do that. And then you could have like the actual event be at your library, or you could have it be a voice channel. Let's say if we are going to have it be a voice channel, let's have it be general chat. All right, let's go ahead and save it there. And then let's have this be welcome to the server. All right, does not repeat. Yeah, I know I've used this before if we are having like gaming birthday parties, where so we say like, hey, we're going to be having this gaming birthday party on this time, this day, in this voice channel. So be there. Let's go ahead and say just welcome to the Reynolds Wrap server. All right, you can upload a cover image. I'm just going to click next. And this is what the event is going to look like. You can go back. You can change the days and the times, what have you. You might want to give a little bit more information. And then you might even want to give more information in like a text chat or text channel. Let's go ahead and click create. Boom, we have created that event. We can go ahead and share that link out to that event. And let's go ahead and exit out of all of these. You can also have this event available here, which will take you back to that. One thing I forgot to note when we were in a voice chat, let's go ahead and go back to the voice chat. You can see here we have a chat for the voice chat. So if you wanted to chat via message while you were in that voice channel, you could. It's a little bit funky because these ones typically are hard to get back to, but you can send different messages like saying, hey, I'll be right back, Or I know I've used this before when we have been doing like tech conferences, like watching Apple's WWDC. We have had everyone be in the voice chat and then have this chat within the voice chat, or the text chat within the voice chat. It's a little funky, but it works. All right, I'm going to exit out of here. One last thing before we end this portion is that I want to go ahead and invite people to the server. So if you wanted to go ahead and invite people, there's a couple different ways you can invite people to certain different chats. So let's say you had one that was private, like a mods chat, or maybe you had like a private meme chat. You could do that. You just click next to whatever chat you wanted to invite them to, and then it'll invite them to that specific chat. Let's go ahead and create a server invite. So to do that server invite, you would click this down caret up here and then invite people. You can do this via a link. So you copy this link and you just text it to them, you message it to them, you post it wherever you're going to post it. You can have this link never expire. A couple different settings. So like, hey, it never expires, or it expires whenever it expires. You can limit it to however many people. You can have this be as a guest, so on like a limited term basis by clicking this. So like, hey, they'll just come to this voice chat, but then once they leave, they're kicked out of the whole server. So just as a guest for like 30 minutes or so, or whenever they leave. But that is going to be that. And you could see that that link just changes a little bit when you toggle that on and off. But I'm being limited because I created too much. Anywho, let's go ahead and exit this voice channel. Hope that you guys found this video helpful. I should be recording that second video for this series here soon. I'm hoping to release a Discord course soon, so check out those links down in the description. Hopefully the next video in the series should be either in the description as well, or it'll be next to this video, or the video that's like YouTube is recommending to you next. But if you have any questions, feel free to put them down below in the comments, and I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. Other people are also super helpful in the comments. So yeah, thanks so much. Catch you guys in the next one.